bigger they're going to get. So when stuff like that, all they are is a very, very small movement.
D.Hall and the people.
Hello to everybody. Glad to see y'all are with me today. Another Sunday. What's happening with you? D.Hall. Damn, I need to cut that. Oh my God. I stepped on the damn cord. We had a little damn malfunction there. Goddamn. Well, we had a little malfunction right there. But we're back. Sorry about that, y'all. I messed around there and pulled that dang plug out. But anyway, we're here. Glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming on. We're always here. Sundays. Glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming in and joining us. It's another Sunday. Another Sunday that I'm here to talk to y'all and be a part of what's happening with you. Yes, I'm the host of the D.Hall People Show. Glad to be here. Thank you for coming on. Hello, Michael Hunter is in the house. Glad to see you, Michael. Michael's always coming around and checking us out. We are here right now. Glad to see you. It's another Sunday, as I said, and I want to first of all thank my Heavenly Father for letting me come aboard. So what Michael said, what did I think about the Pacquiao fight? Wow. I didn't see it, Michael. I was doing some other things, but from what I'm understanding and from what I heard, it was a decent fight. But in my opinions of all opinions, I think it's time for him to step aside now and do other things. That's just in my opinion. I didn't see the fight, but I will see it. And I will check it out. And you know, um, sometimes you have to, have to look and say to yourself, "Hey, this is it. This is the final go round." But being a fighter, you don't look at it like that, because that's what you know. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for stopping in, Michael Hunter. Yeah. Um, I'm looking for the Earl Spence to come back. That's what I'm looking forward to, and him fighting Ugas. So hopefully we can make that. Well, they can make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Um, Michael says no big deal if the fight with Earl Spence. I wouldn't miss the fight. I got you. I got you. Um, Good to see everybody. Thank y'all for coming on another Sunday. We're just waiting for our guest to get in, and look like Mister Pierce has have arrived. We're gonna get ready to talk with him. I'm glad to have him back, and we're going to talk with him right now. Hope everybody's doing well. Here we go. How you doing, my man?
What's going on, man?
Good. We want to talk with you a little bit, but first of all, I want to tell the people we're live and we're broadcasting in 3 places right now. So, look, you tell the people who you are because we've been waiting for this one.
Oh yeah, well I'm Elijah Pierce. I'm 24. Will be 25 in September. I'm a father of a 4-year-old girl.
Okay.
I'm a sportsman. Like I said, I love sports.
Okay.
Always love to be involved in different sports. I play basketball, football, kickboxing. I'm just try to always kind of dip my foot into everything.
So you're talented. You're talented.
Yeah, I mean, I just dare to try anything pretty much. So, um,
Great.
like I said, I aspire to be a philanthropist, eventually. So, and even I want to start even making small strides in my community as of now. So, um,
Great. Great.
I mean,
Great.
a lot of things. Like I would consider myself like a jack of trades type thing.
Yeah. Great, great. So you're a chameleon, you do it all. That's wonderful. We're glad to have you on here today, here live right here with me on the D.Hall People Show. Man, I saw your fight. We're going to get into that a little bit here, in a little bit, but I saw your fight and it was tremendous. I thought you really did a overwhelming job. I mean, you're like the Punisher type fighter. So, and I saw that, and I saw a different side of you that night. And I was like, okay, this guy here, this guy here, man, he's devastated. But look, you are the WBC Silver Usnbc champion. You are by way of Oklahoma, but you're in Atlanta. Um, how did you get that name, the Wolf, man? That's awesome. Oh man, I like that.
Oh well, the wolf is my spirit animal. So it's honestly one of my favorite animals, and it relates to my character as well.
Okay.
But, as far as the spelling of it, like it's WXXLF,
Mm-hmm.
and as far as the X is like, like Roman numerals, or as far as if you was to see like a bottle of like potion or a chemical substance you wouldn't consume, it would have a triple X label on it.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
so
Gotcha.
identifies with unpredictability.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
never get when it comes to me.
Okay. Okay. Great. And like I said, I thank you, and I thank your father and Empress, the whole shebang for having you on with me. Yeah, that's for sure.
And I appreciate you guys for having me on the show as well, man.
Oh
I
yeah. Oh
appreciate.
yeah. Oh yeah, anytime, anytime. Elijah, you started at the age of 6. Uh, started throughout your small age range. Uh, man, look, who inspired you at that young age to do that?
Well, honestly, it was my father, of course. Like my father, he was a kickboxer, a former pro kickboxer. He won a lot of tough man competitions as well.
Hmm.
And he eventually evolved into boxing, and then it was just kind of a father son activity that kind of bonded us, and then
Okay.
eventually it just kind of manifested into what it is now. And but I had like a big influence from like Michael Jai White and Wesley Snipes.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Uh, and look, we're gonna move a little further because we want to get a little bit details. Like I said, your parents divorced and you moved to L.A., but you was constantly going back and forth to Oklahoma. You spent summers there, and you got a lot of your skills and your craft in Oklahoma. Tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Well, yeah, like Atlanta was cool. When I moved, that's when I got more so involved in basketball. I was luckily I was lucky enough to have the support system and the father figures that I do have. Like I
Hmm.
said, my stepfather. I look at him as my father as well. He's just
Right.
another dad.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was kind of easy to have that transition, and be involved in both, with both parents and experience both sides.
Yeah.
But and ultimately, I have a great relationship with both my parents, and
That's good.
my
That's
my mother, she's very involved in my career as well. And, so without her, she's been actually probably one of the most monumental pieces of it.
great.
But
Great.
uh,
We got a question from Jay York. Jay York is the production. He's the one that did your promos and did all that good stuff to make you look good before the show. He said, did you feel any pain in the fight, bro? It seems like you didn't feel of any of his punches. The fight that you just had in the ATL.
no, honestly, no, I don't like. It's one of those things you still got to be careful with though, because like being Mr. Tough is cool, but you want to come out as clean as possible. You
Right,
don't
right,
if you don't got to take no punishment, you don't want to take none at all. So
right, right.
you don't even want to be touched. Period. So that's something I even have to catch myself doing sometimes because a lot of times punches won't affect me, but I don't want to get touched. Period.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, I don't blame you. Sabrina Rose, I think you know her. She says awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, she was Michael Hunter's in the house. He's always checking me out. Um, eh, Michael Hunter says we hitting some of these questions now. Uh, he said, "Did you spar with any name boxers? You know, like Trout. Did you spar with any big name boxers?"
Yeah, I've sparred with several like world champs. I sparred with Rasheed Warren, with Gary Russell Jr., uh,
Wow.
Javante Davis.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Moving forward, we got that question locked. You got that answer, Mike? That's your answer, buddy. Uh, you was really like pretty good in basketball. Why did you focus on boxing?
Oh well, it was I believe my excuse me.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah,
You
but
can.
yeah. I believe that it was my sophomore year in high school, and I was kind of on the fence about playing because I always loved playing basketball,
Hmm.
and boxing. It took a certain type of commitment, and so I was a little apprehensive about really stepping my foot that deep, in those deep waters. So
Hmm.
I
Okay.
was eventually I had asked my dad, and I was just I was like, what do you think I should do? And he was just kind of like, well, look at my stature. I'm not gonna get that. I'm not that tall,
Hmm.
and I mean I can't jump high, and you ain't like you can jump high. So I think boxing would be more
Suits you
conducive to
fine.
you because
Yeah.
it's a one man sport, and you control what happens in there. So
Okay. Okay.
I kind of was like, what, that makes sense. So
Yeah. Yeah,
stuck with
it
boxing.
it, it did. It did make a lot of sense. You've been a smaller guy, and basketball is height. And I'm not saying that you couldn't have made it because we look at Muzzy Bowles and what he did, and several others. But yeah, I can see what your father was saying on that note. It makes a lot.
Honestly, but now that I just think about it, as I've gotten older over the years, because that was back when I was like I said in school and stuff. So, I'll be 25 this year. So thinking back to then, like if I really would have focused really heavily on it, because it's not like I didn't have a support system. Like my stepfather was actually my one of my
Mm.
he was my AAU coach.
Okay.
And he
Okay.
formulated a team around me as well, so I could further
Yeah.
aspire to play basketball,
Gotcha.
during that time.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
said,
I
just
know.
ultimately, I just end up feeling like boxing was, my
For
destiny.
you.
So
Great. That was great. And that was good that he was your coach and he, built around you as a person and everything. You was in the amateurs and you was ranked number 3 in two different weight classes, and that's a difficult task. How was you able to do that as a person? How was you able to swing that like that?
I mean, honestly, I just whoever they put in front of me, they go,
You was you said
they got
okay.
a tall order.
Okay.
Even though I was always the shortest one, it didn't matter.
In other words, what you're telling me is that, hey, I'll take that work. Bring it.
Yeah. I ain't had no problems with either weight class.
Okay. Okay. You also you qualified. You qualified for the Olympics, and you was a first fighter to represent Oklahoma. What did that mean to you? How special was that for you at that particular time?
Oh yeah, it was a very like it was one of those moments I definitely wouldn't forget. Senator Anastasia Pittman, she honored me and gave me a merit for the achievement and everything, and so that was dope. And then I even got I had got I believe even featured in the paper too, I believe.
Okay.
And so,
Hmm.
it was, it was dope to always be able to have, be spotlighted in your community, in your city, for and recognized for an achievement, of course. So,
Great, great, great. Because the only time that you able to do that in your city or in the state, that means a lot to the people and to you also, to be able to do that. You was 38-13. You had a great amateur record at 38-13, but you decided to go pro, and you went pro. Your first bout was in 2016, and that was when you first fought as a pro. Um, what was that fight like for you? What was your what? How did you feel? What was was there adrenaline rush that night? What was it like? Tell us about that.
oh yeah, it was definitely intense. For it's one of those moments where it's kind of like you cross over to the next level of your life, pretty much,
Mhm.
and that's kind of how I felt, especially because I had my daughter on the way during that
Mhm.
time, so I
Mhm.
was I was just ready to to kill anything in front of me, like to because
Y-
I knew I had a family I had to take care of. So
Yeah, yeah. You okay? Great, great. You knew that right then. That was your first champion, well, not championship, but your first bout, and you was ready to perform that night and show up and show out, as I say. So that's what you did. um you're
first
now
round,
le-
yeah.
y- you're now 11-2. Okay,
Mm,
you won the other night. Um you went so, but before we get to that, you went through okay, somebody saying, "What's up, D.Hall?" See, Terrence Gilmore. You went through some circumstances throughout your life with your marriage. Uh,
mm.
how did you maintain the focus with all that going on, man? Because you're a young man. You're not up in age. You're young. How was you able to handle all that?
Well, that was probably the most challenging aspect of my life, and but at the same time, it, it's still a blessing at the end of the day because I learned the value of optimism
Hmm.
and really, looking at the bright side and find in the lessons and things, and that situation, it just taught me a lot about love. It taught me a lot about respect. It taught me a lot about what I would like to aspire to achieve in the future. So, and that's the only thing you can do is learn and not let things hold you back. And that was one of those things for me that was a big hindrance because it held me back a lot mentally because I was so concerned from it.
Hmm.
And I, because anybody will want their marriage to work, but at the end of
That's
the day,
right. That's
it's
right.
not something you can force. It's something that naturally has to happen. So,
That's right.
you know,
That's right.
ultimately, I just kept my faith, and I felt, I believe I told you the story before, but
Yes.
as far as
Yes.
I had received a sign through my daughter. Like I said, one day I was sitting on the stoop, and we was just chilling, getting some sun, and she just had happened.
Hmm.
I had went through a viral situation, and when that situation happened, of course, I was going through it very, mentally, and was, very upset or whatever. She
Hmm.
comforted me, and
Hmm.
God had spoken to me through her. She had grabbed my face and told me it would be
Yes.
okay. So when she told me it would be okay, I pretty much was reassured, like, hey, everything is gonna be okay as long as I got her, and and
That's great.
single
That's
father,
great.
it's a humbling experience, and I'm just grateful to be able to, have my daughter and connect with her on a daily and
Hmm.
continue to, grow my career.
Great. That's great because kids have a way of breaking us as parents down a little bit, especially those little girls. It's
Oh
man,
yeah,
boys too, but the little girls, they touch that heart a little bit, and I think the boys touch the mama hearts, and then the girl touches the male the guy's hearts, and I got you, man. I feel you because I got a girl and she's 30. She still touches my heart.
yeah, yeah. No matter what they get,
I ain't ashamed to say
yeah.
it. Great. Look, man. What would you say to the young guys that's coming up right now in the boxing? What would be the right thing to say to them to lead them in the correct path as a young man, uh, as such as yourself? What would you say to those guys that's coming up and trying to move up right now in the way that you did or towards your way?
Well, as far like even pertaining to that, like I said, I have a friend, very close friend of mine who's basically I'm kind of like taking him under my wing. He's kind of like my protege. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
shout out my boy Bilal Quinton. He's
Wow.
fighting September 10th, actually in Philadelphia. So it'll be his second professional fight. But yeah, like I would say, one, you definitely got to have patience, and you have to have a good team. Especially, you have to be very selective and with your team,
Hmm.
they're,
Hmm.
they're trustworthy, and they have your best interests at heart.
Right.
And
Right.
there's a lot, and I was, depending on your resume, from your amateur background, and how you've, I guess, progressed in the amateurs thus far, your experience. I mean,
Hmm.
professionals thus excuse me, thus
Hmm.
far. That makes a big difference in the role. So,
Okay.
connection is anything. Boxing is just like any other business in the entertainment industry.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. And one thing that I like that you did say through your conversation, you have to have a good team. Your team has to be understanding and working with you in all aspects of trying to make you better. Um, and I agree with that and all the other things you said. But that teamwork is a major part
yeah,
of what you're doing, and also myself. So that it works hand in hand. Um,
yeah. That's why I want to give a major shout out to my management for sure. Like I said,
yeah,
my
yeah,
manager
yeah,
Strife and Petrov and and,
yeah.
and just actually, like I said, thank y'all. And just, like I said, my support system is great. My mother, like I said, my trainer, my father, everything is
Well, that's
kind of
great, man, because you need that. You need the people to surround you, and that's a known fact. Even myself, I need certain people, because you're God gifted talent. So but you got to be structured. You have to be structured. The talent is okay, but you got to be structured within that talent. Because that's what happened with you. You're structured. You got the right people around you, and you're moving forward. And that's in anything that you do. And I can tell that when I talk to your father.
uh,
he, he don't play.
no,
That's my man. I like
it,
that guy. uh, um, as Michael Hunter says, when it comes to trainers, why do most boxers have a few trainers in their career?
I mean, I guess some people feel like they can always evolve, and they're always looking to add something new to their repertoire. You
Okay,
know
okay.
that
But
yes,
some people do that. They change up the format. But that's to each his own. Everybody's got their own thing. Um,
yeah.
Speaking of fighters, um, you have fighters that you admire. Who are those? Who are some of those fighters that you admire throughout your career?
Definitely Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, Emmanuel Augustus, um, Vasil Lomachenko.
Got quite a few.
Yeah, yeah, Muhammad Ali, of course. Like probably my favorite, just because of who he was as a person as well.
Person, yeah, yeah, he was. You look at Muhammad Ali, you look at him not just for a boxer, but he spoke the truth about a lot of things that people can relate to. You know what I'm saying? So, he was saying, "Hey, why I got to go over there and kill people that ain't did nothing to me?" You know what I'm saying? That makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know
Yeah,
about nobody else. I don't know. I don't know about nobody else, but it makes a lot of sense to me. God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I just think even now, as of now, like how the new age is more like set in the social media.
Yeah,
My generation is more set in social media. Like even having that type of bravery to go against public opinion
Hmm.
and do to yourself and stand for what you believe in. It's more powerful kind of than ever, especially at this point, because now, like with social media, you can kind of be demonized and villainized for just about
Hmm.
you know just
Hmm.
for speaking your your rights. The free
Yeah.
freedom of
Yeah.
speech. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. You hit it on right on the head. I mean, you hit it right on the head. Good question. Uh, Jay York says, who out there that you may want to, will want to fight in the future? You probably want to fight anybody. It doesn't really matter to you anyway, does
No, it don't. That's like,
it?
I, like for with me, it's kind of like just whoever got the check, whoever got the
Right.
title, whoever
Yeah.
had whoever got my dream, like pretty much like anybody can get it. Like honestly, like I've never been one to be like fearful
Hmm.
or picky or about anything. Like I just like
You're like, hey, let's give it to me.
they all
Bring it. Right.
they all and I know I know what I can do. I know my capabilities.
Right.
Like
Right. Um, Terrence Gilmore, he's out of Michigan. Is one of my my best one of my best friends out of Michigan. Uh, he said, "How long have you been boxing, and what age did you start?"
Um, yeah, I started at 6 years old, on and off, and I started taking it serious. Like I said, my sophomore year of high school. I think I was like maybe 16 or 17. Maybe I think I just turned 17.
Okay, yeah, because you started in 2016 with a professional bout. In case y'all didn't know that, he started in 2016 and he won his won his bout then. Uh, what is your goal? What is your goal? Your main goal for boxing and thereafter boxing?
You said my main goal with
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah. With boxing, what's your main goal with boxing and thereafter boxing? You got to go after, but you got to boxing
Uh,
is boxing, but you got something
well,
else in mind.
of course, like with boxing, I believe any sportsman, they're gonna want to be the best at their sports. Of course, I'm aspiring to win a world title, and
Hmm.
I believe that I'm very close to reaching that next level, where as I would be considered a contender, and I do have a lot to prove, and I'm excited for what's to come in the future. Um, but as far as after, my one of my biggest goals and one of the biggest values that I have in life has been family. Like I'm very
Okay.
family into I love my family. I do anything for my family. So, you know,
Hmm.
um I definitely want to retire my parents. That's like big on my to-do list. Just because I know of all the sacrifices they made for me, I want to return those sacrifices. But besides that, of course, make securing my daughter's future, making sure she's, comfortable. Of course, have make get treating myself a little bit, making sure I
You got to treat yourself. Yeah.
enjoy the fruits of all the hard work and, really just kind of establishing my little plan that I have to affect my community
Great.
and what I would like to see happen in the world, even if it's something, small. Just I believe that any positive change that you can make, like why not try to do it? At the end of the
Yeah.
day, like if it can help even one person, at the end of the day, it's worth it, and that's kind of what we need more of. I feel like
Great.
just
Great.
positive inspiration.
Great. We're gonna talk about your fight a little bit. Um, you came into that fight and you had an opponent there. I saw the fight. I was looking at it on Facebook. Man, you just totally dominated those 4 rounds. Um, uh, that first round the first round to the fourth round, what was you thinking when you was? I mean, what was on your mind when you was in there just welling away? What was you was like? Okay, I'm ready to get out of here. This is over. What was you thinking? What was going on?
Oh, I mean, I can't tell you after the first round. I was thinking, all right, I'm about to get him up out of there. I mean, that was I
you,
knew I was out of there. I got him out in a second. So
yeah,
yeah,
you was just. I mean, when I saw the fight, I was looking. I was like, this is total domination here, man. This guy's getting ready to crush this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you was just, I mean, everywhere he stayed balled up the whole fight, from what I could
yeah. I
see.
hit him in the first round. I hit him with a body shot, and I knew I hit him in the right spot. And
Right.
when I could tell by his body reaction. That's one of the things about boxing. It's so many different things to look at while you're in there. And
Mhm.
introspective, like even just to, look at somebody's how many times, just their repetitiveness of something they do. They might, cock their hand back before they throw a certain punch, or they,
Mhm.
little stuff, little signs or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. You
Being
did an excellent. You did an excellent job. It was stopped in the fourth round, and he just, to me, I saw the whole fight, and it was just he never really actually threw any more punches after that first round. And you dominated, and you won. So, what's your next move? When you're fighting again?
I probably fighting, hopefully in September.
Okay,
Um, Well, really, we're weighing a couple offers right now, so I'm looking to get back in there pretty soon, and
okay.
like I said, pretty much just continue to stay. Like I said,
Great, man. Offer, great, man. You're an excellent fighter. I watched it. I was really pleased with it. You did an excellent job. And I want to say to you, man, I appreciate you coming on and being a part of this show here today with us, me and Jay York Productions and the People Show. I appreciate your father, Empress, both of your fathers and your mom, for you coming on here and being a part of us. I think you did an excellent job. You was looking good. You had a great outfit on. You looked great that night. It was tremendous. I watched the whole fight, and it was just a total domination that night. So hopefully you keep moving on, keep winning. Anything you want to ask me?
no sir, but I like I said once again, I thank y'all for having me on. I thank you for everyone who tuned in. To all the fans who've been kind of continuing to support me, my support system. I thank y'all, my management. Um, And yeah, man, like I said, I'm looking forward to a lot of great things, especially next year. We're looking for it to be a huge year, and especially a lot of TV time. So y'all
Great.
continue to look out, and
Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
uh, it's better go down.
Well, Wolf, I tell you what, man, you're a terrorizer. I saw you, and I thank you for so much coming on, being a part of my show, man. You're a great guy. I look to have you back again, hopefully before the year's out. You know what I'm saying? I really do, because I got a lot of respect for you. I admire you. You're a talented young man, and I'm glad that I met you. And I hope again I'll get you back on here. That this time you'll be the world champion.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, man. We want to thank you. I appreciate it. To all my guests that came on board, we thank y'all so much. And I think, like I say, your whole crew, your whole team, and Empress for letting me be a part of you today, right here. We thank you so much, man. We'll catch you next time, brother.
All right, man.
All right now.
Rocks, the bigger they're going to get. So when stuff like that, all they are is a very, very small movement.
D.Hall and the People.